It's weird too, like I know those of you who are naturally on testosterone probably don't know this, but it is a controlled substance, which is wild because estrogen is not. And I mean, if that's not the patriarchy, I don't know what is. But I didn't have any like superpowers from it, which is what I thought would happen since it's so controlled. The effect that I did not expect was I had no more thoughts. You guys. You've been hiding, I mean you haven't been hiding it, but what? Like I was so stupid. Like I stared at a wall for a long time and it was fine. This explains so much. So stupid. And then I got COVID and now I'm stupid again. I don't have it right now. What if I did? No, I'm non-binary and I do it specifically to upset and confuse baby boomers. But like my grandma she passed away recently, but like she was 94 and she got it. Like she understood what non-binary was. She was very proud of me. She would introduce me to everybody as, "This is my grandson, she's a vegan." Which is what non-binary is. People don't always like know. I know like everyone thinks they could tell what I am, but you can't. And I can tell because in LA, everyone thinks I'm a dude, but when I go to the Midwest, everyone thinks I'm a woman, which I think says more about the women in the Midwest than it does myself. Like, have y'all ever met a butch housewife from the Midwest? Like, she's homophobic, but she wears cargo shorts. But in LA, I get called exclusively Big Dog. Which I think says more about the men out here. Like, I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I think y'all are gay. Like, my gaydar has been off since I got here. That's not derogatory. If you take it that way, you're out. No, it's okay. We hate them. But it's so stupid. People, like, when you're trans, they think that you're, like, the ultimate knowledge on gay shit, and we're all ignorant. Like, all of us don't know anything about each other. Like, all different kinds of gay people march together, but we're ignorant of each other. And I can prove this because I work at a restaurant for fun. And you laughed. It's good. I've used that as a litmus test. Otherwise, I rob you on the way out. But so many robbery jokes tonight. I'm sorry. I'm gonna pickpocket you. But I was working at the restaurant, and I get excited when I see other trans people out in public because we do a little head nod, not enough to out ourselves and get murdered, but just enough. And a delivery driver walked in, and I was like, "Oh, sweet, like a trans woman." And I did like the head nod, and I thought she did it back. And I went to get her food, and I came back out, and she was leaning over the counter, and she was like, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" She was like, "Did you have a BBL?" I was like, "A what?" She was like, "A Brazilian butt lift." I was like, "Oh." She didn't clock me. I gotta out myself. I was like, "No, I'm transgender. This is leftover." She was like, "What?" And I just felt stupid. I was like, "I'm transgender. This is leftover." She was like, No, you're transgender. Where's your wig and lashes?" And I was like, "What?" "No, in the other direction." She was like, "The other direction? I never heard of that." And I was like, "Never heard of that." And then I got nervous, so I complimented her. I was like, "I like your wig and lashes." And she was like, "I'm a gay man." We were both being so ignorant. Like, I had been misgendering him, and he had been assuming that I had more money to spend on my ass than I have ever had in my bank account. And he was like, "You want to go home with me?" I was like, "Yeah, absolutely."